Hello everyone. Today our topic is how to load files before and after modified time while reading data. So while reading data means while reading the data by using spark.read of any kind of format. So it can be either CSV or uh, RK or Avro or JSON file. So any kind of format while reading the data, how to filter the uh, files based on before and modified time. So first we'll see what is modification time path filters. So here, while reading the files, so we have two parameters to define this, to achieve this. One is modified before and second one is modified after. These are all the options that can be applied together or separately in order to achieve greater granularity over which files may load during the Spark batch query. So note that structured streaming file sources don't support these options. So if you're working on streaming projects, then these options are not valid. So first we'll see what is modified before. So an optional timestamp to only include files with modification times occurring before the specified time. So that means while reading the file by using spark.read.load, inside that will pass path. And second thing will pass as format. If you are reading JSON files, we'll mention format as JSON. And additionally, we are defining one parameter that is modified before. So here we are defining the timestamp. So this timestamp, they're telling that it is an optional timestamp to only include files with modification times occurring before the specified time. So that means here it telling that it asking to read the files which are modified before this timestamp. So they don't want all the files. So they want only the files which are modified before this particular date. So the timestamp format must be in ISO format. So ISO means first date should be year, month, date, and T should be there. And for time, hour, minute, second. So for example, this one. So date, year, year, month, date, and time, hour, minute, second. Okay. So suppose assume that in your one particular folder, I have these files. So the file names are data1.json, data2.json, data3.json. So data1.json. So the last modified date is 2024 first 10th, and data2 file is 2025 March 15th. Data3 is 2025 5/20. So these particular dates, these files got last modified. Now what is my requirement is I want to read the files, these JSON files, so which are modified before 2025 5th 21. Okay, so 5th month 21. So if you look at here what is the requirement? 2025 5th month 21. So before this date, I want to read the files. So 2024, it is before one. So it will read this file. So here I given in result. So it will read this file. Data1.json, it will read. Next, data2.json. The date is 2025 March 15. So here what is 5th month? Here 3rd month. So since we need before, so it will select this one also. So date2 file also it will read. But if you come to data3.json, so this is same date 2025 5/21. So since it is same date and we required only modified before date, so it won't filter. That means it won't read this particular file. So it will simply skip this file. So out of three files, it will read only two files. Okay, so this is about modified before. So next, what is modified after? An optional timestamp to only include files with modification times occurring after the specified time. So that means in modified after, so how I defined here is modified before. So instead of modified before, we need to define modified after parameter. And we need to pass this timestamp. So it telling that, so suppose here for same scenario, what I will do, uh, I will take only this much for modified after. So instead of modified before, I will mention modified after. So now result, what will happen? It will become reverse. So reverse means first two it will skip. So first two it will skip. So only third one it will read. Why? Because we need the data which are after 2025 fifth month. So here what happened, since we mentioned before, so it will skip this file. It reads only these two files. Suppose if you mention modification after, then it will skip these two files. That is this one. It will skip these two files and it will read only this particular file. So that is the difference between modified before and after. When a time zone option is not provided, the timestamps will be interpreted according to the Spark session time zone. So this is same again, timestamp format is ISO format. So now we understood what is the difference between modified before and modified after. Now we'll see with some real files. So first we'll see with modified before. So what will happen if you have files in one particular folder? Suppose this is our folder. So in this particular folder, this is root folder. In this particular root folder, we have total 4 JSON files. So whenever you define that root folder, what it happens is generally it reads all JSON files and only includes files that modify that files last modified before this particular date. So ignores files modified after that time. So this is modified before. So we already saw with this example. Now, initially what I'm doing, I'm trying to read JSON file with the default options. So default options means I'm trying to read all JSON files. So here I am doing like spark.read, then dot load. Inside load, I'm passing path. So this path is this one. So this is root path I'm providing. And after root path, what I'm doing, I'm providing format as JSON. So only this much information I provided here. Now, if I try to read this one, what will happen? since I mentioned root path, it will try to read all the 4 files. If you see here, we have total 4 files. If you see in first file, the records from 100 to 110. So total 11 records are there. And if you come to second file, so it's starting from 111 to 121. So here also 11 records are there. And if you come here, so 122 to 132. So here also 11 records. And if I open this one, so here also 11 records. So total 11 into 4, total 44 records it will read here. See here, total records. If you use df.count, it will give you total 44 records. So here I limited only top 5. So if you check all the records, you will come to know this one. Based on serial number, you can check one by one JSON, it will read. So first it will read this JSON, then this one, then this one, this one. So first 11 records it will insert to table. Once it completes, then it tries to read this JSON and these 11 records it will append. Then these 11 records it will append. Then these 11 records it will append. So total 44 rows will get here. So this is the default option. So now what I'm doing, here I'm providing the option modified before. So I given modified before and I'm passing this particular date 2025 December 27. So I want to read the files before this particular date. So if I try to run here, so here it reading total 4 JSONs. So 11 into 4, 44. If I try to read this one based on this particular date, so we are getting only 22 rows. So that means it reading only 2 JSON files. And what are the JSON files it is reading? The serial number starting from 111, 111 to 121, 122 to 132. So if you come and see here, see here, it based on this last modified date, it filtering, but actually here it's showing like, see here. So if you place here, hover over here, this first file is December 28, 2015, December 28th. What I given cutoff date is 2025, 12/27. So 12/27, that file is December 28th. So that means the file is after this date. So if you open this file and see the records starting from 100. So this particular file is not reading. And next, if you come to this file, this is December 26. So December 26, 2025. Since it is a December 26, so December 26 means just one day before. So it will read this file. So if you select this, open this one, it is 111 to 121. So that is the thing it reading here. 111 to 121. And next, if you see here, this is December 26, 2025. So again, this is before this one. So next file, it will read this one. So next, if you come to third one, this is today's date. Since it is today's date, so it won't read, it will ignore this file. So in overall, first file and the last file it ignoring, and these 2 files it reading here. So that is the advantage of providing this option modified before. So next we'll go for modified after. So here what I'm doing, here I'm just changing the variable here, function here, modified after. So modified after December 27. So here December 27, if you see this one, December 28th. So this is after date. So it will read this file. So if I run this one, so the serial number is starting from 100. So see here, it's starting from 100 to 110. And the next serial number, if you see, 133 to 143. So that is this, we already know that these two files it will ignore. And this is latest file. And if I open this one, so it's starting from 133 to 143. See here, 133 to 143. So if you mention modified before, it reading these two files. If you mention modified after, then it reading first and last file. So based on this modified timestamp. So now using modified after plus modified before. So together we are using here. So both the options we are using here. So use case is like spark.read.load. So we are mentioning the path and format as JSON. So modified after and modified before. So both timestamps I'm providing. So here, what is the main intention is like a date range we are providing. So whenever you work on real-time projects and uh, whenever you load data to prod environment, that means whenever you are releasing your project, first what you will do, first you will do full, then you will do on daily basis incremental load. So while doing full load, your business team will tell you, so for which year you want to load the data as full load. If they say 2024, the entire year data, if you want to load as full load data, then you mention modified after. So after this particular date, you pick the time. So that is 2024, 1st January. So midnight. So from 2024, 1st January, midnight onwards. After that, and modified before. So 2024, 12:31 midnight. Okay. So after this date and before this date. So that means you will get exactly 1 year data. So date range you will get. So it reads only files modified in 2024. So very useful for incremental loads. So now what I'll do here is first I'm defining schema here. So why I'm defining schema here is, so here I'm selecting single line nested JSON. So JSON, read JSON, single line nested same scheme. Read JSON, single line nested same schema. Okay, so from path is same. What doing here is, okay. So this is my root path and format is JSON and this schema I'm defining. So why I'm defining, if I open this one, so here what I have, this is one single JSON object. So up to here, it is one single JSON object. And this is second JSON object. And this one single JSON object. So up to here, this is single. So like this, each line has nested JSON. So first it's starting here, curly braces and ending and ending here. And in between, if you see key value pairs. So this is first key value pair, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth. And when it comes to ninth key, the value is object. So object means it starting with curly braces and ending with curly braces. So this is one key value. So inside object, this is main object, and inside that the value, the value is object again, then we'll call as nested JSON. Next we have one more key, and this value is again one more JSON object. So here, so up to here we can define straightforward like this one schema up to here from serial number to country. So serial number to country. So by these values, so we can define like integer, string, 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 long type, string. So those data types we can directly pass here. So when it comes to nested JSONs, so first one is address. For address, the value is again one more JSON object. So for this, I defined one variable here like add schema address. So here I'm defining separately the schema for this particular object. So here what is there? Country, user, location, zip code. So country, user, location, zip code. And what is their data types? 1, 2, 3, 4. All are string type. Okay. So all are string type. So next we have one more key, that is domain, and that is this one domain. So since this is also JSON object, I defined one variable here, add schema domain. So here how I defined is for domain. So again, this is one JSON object. So here I have technology, experience, technology, experience, level, age. So technology, level, experience, age, and their data types. Okay, so now schema is defined. So for entire JSON object, now schema is defined. So later what we are doing. So here that schema I'm passing here. And what I mentioned here is modified after and modified before. So modified after, what is that? 2025 1 1. So here for explanation, I given 2024. But what I have in this folder values are related to 2025 year. So I don't have values for 2025, 2024. So that is the reason I selected 2025 here. So I want to select the date range for 2025 year. That whole year I want to pick the files. So in modified after, I am passing value as 2025 January 1st midnight. From after that, I want to pick the files, but before 2025 midnight, December midnight. So that means exactly 1 year files I want to pick. So now, if you come to here, this is 2025 December. So this is within range. So it will pick this file. Next, 26 is also fine. And 26 December 26 is also fine. So these three files are in 2025 year. But if you come to this one, this is 2026 June. So that is out of range. So we want only 2025 files. Now, if I try to run this one, what you should do, you should read these three files. So here we are getting 33 rows. So it reading three files. So what I will do, I will add, okay, fine. So no need to count. So what it reading, 33 rows means it reading three files. So what three files it will read? First three files. If I open this one, it's starting from 100 to 110. So if I see in result, serial number, so 100 to, first it will read this one, 100 to 110. Next, second file is 111 to 120, 111 to 120. So triple one, so triple one it reading here, 111 to 121. And third file is this. So 122 to 132, 122, 132. So only these three files it reading. So it's not picking this file. Okay, so next here what I'm doing. Okay, so here I'm defining the path. Format is JSON. The schema we already defined. So here modified after date is I'm picking 2025 December 28th, and modified before is 2025 12/31. So what will happen? December 28th. So December 28th, this file is December 28th. So modified after. So modified after and modified before December to the 31st. So what will happen? It will pick only one file. So that is this first file. So it will pick only first file. While because this is 2025 December 28th. So what we given condition here is 2025 December 28th. December 28th. So this also same date. And so I have, since I have one file in 2026 June 2026, what I will do now, I will change this date. So I want between 2026, month is June, and date I will mention 31st. Okay, let it be 31st. If I run this one, now two files will read. You will get 22 count. So 2026. Okay, so this date is ahead. So what I will do, June 20. So June 20 I will give. Okay, so now it reading two files. Okay, so first is this one, first file, and this is the last one. So this one. So here what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to pick the files between 2025 December 28th and between 2026 June. Okay, so now how to read only .json files. So useful when folder has this kind of mixed file formats. So one is a .txt file, one is log file, one is CSV, one more is JSON. So here, what I'm doing, whenever I have this kind of mixed format, what I will do on top of root for path, I will try to mention start.json. So what will happen from among these four files, it will read only this JSON file, only JSON formats it will read. And on top of that, it will apply this rule. So modified before, even this file should be modified before this date. So then only it will pick. So this is the scenario. Now what we'll do, spark.read. So load is training mixed files. So if you see here, I have one folder. It is has mixed formats. So here I have this one log file. I have three text file, three JSON files, and two CSV files. So here, what I'm trying to do here is from mixed files from root path, I'm trying to read only JSON files. So that means since I given start.json, it will try to read only these three files. But condition is the files should modified before 2025 12/27, December 27. If I check the dates of these three JSON files, one is December 26, December 26, December 26. So modified before. So all three files, so which are modified before this date, 26. So if I run this one, so all these three files, it will pick. I will run this one. So all those three files, it will pick 33 rows. So 100 to 111 and 112 to 120 to 123 to 132. So total, all these three files it will read. Now what I will do for same scenario, since date is given modified before. So I will add one more file here. So what will happen? Today's date, it will add. So single line nested JSON 06. So now we have total four JSON files. So here three is there, and here this is fourth one. But this is nested only, right? Okay, this is plain JSON. So what I should do, I need to change this file. I'll copy this data. So this same file I will upload again here. Okay, so if I rename this, it converting to text. So what I'll do, same file. Okay, so save file. So this one. So now what will happen? It will overwrite the file. So it will overwrite the file means the date it will become today's date. So it will become today's date. So now what will happen? Okay, so now it read for earlier case, it read 33 rows, right? For same thing, what I'll do, I will run separately in separate cell. So now what is the thing? Before December 27, now we have only two files. So this is 2026. So this is December 26 and this is December 26. So what is the date we given? December 27, before December 27. So now it will read only two files. So here only two files it will read. Only single line 02 and single line 03. And for same scenario, what I can do here is instead of modified before, if I give modified after, then what will happen? It will pick only first file. Uh, Format. Okay. So here I'll mention after. So modified after. So here also modified after. So if I run this one, now what will happen? It will pick only one file. So that is this one. So whatever I replace this one, so only this file it will read. Okay, so next incremental load. So read only new files. So if I want to read only new files, suppose assume that uh, I'm defining one variable like uh, 2025 December 28th I'm mentioning. So this is the date. Up to here, full load is happened. So whatever date, whatever files comes after this date, it is like incremental data. So here, what I'll do, so here what I'm doing, modified after. So up to this particular date, my full load is completed. Okay, by using modified before. So modified before, I can start this date. So that means like this date range I given between two dates. So like this, I completed full load up to December uh, 26th, 28th, I think I mentioned 28th. So now after this date, I want to do the incremental load for whatever files come after this date. So modified after I defined. So there I defined this last runtime. So here 2025 12/28. So here we'll see December 28th, what all the files are available. So this is one thing. So 2026 is there and 26, this is old date. Full load already happened. This is also 2000 December 26th. So this also full load happened. So that is only one file we have after that particular date. So if I run this one, what will happen? It will read only that particular file. So 22 rows. So 22 rows means it reading two files. So December 28th. December 28th is the cutoff. This is one. December 28th. We should read only one file. December 28th. Single line nested schema. Okay. So this is the not path, correct path. So the path is like JSON single line nested same schema. So here, if you see here, what is the cutoff date? December 28th. So this one, December 28th. So this one file it will pick. December 26th, it will ignore this one. December 26th, it will ignore this one. So this is today's file. So these two files it will pick. So these two files already loaded as part of full load. Now incremental load, only these two files it will read. So that is the reason here we are getting 22 rows. So that means two files it reading. So one is 100 to 110. Next one is 133 to 143. So if you check first one, it will come from 100 and it will end at 110. And if you see the last file, it will start at 133 and it will end at 143. Okay, so this how you can filter the files based on modified before and modified after function while reading the files. So here I explained by taking JSON files. So same thing it is applicable for other formats also like CSV, Parquet, Avro. Okay. So that's all about this video. How to load the files by using before modified time and after modified time. If you really like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.